Hey guys, Soulscape here, and welcome to my first iteration of my weekly tank talk in PvP. So every week now I'll be uploading one video to kind of just updating you guys on what I'm working on, how my tanks are going, and just kind of any questions you guys want to ask me in the comments below for future videos about kind of the state of tanks. This will be a very generalized video because it is my introduction to it. As you know in my previous video, I am pushing rank 1 on both my Prot Warriors and my Vengeance Demon Hunters. I did make two for each to make it easier, because you know sometimes the MMR and Blitz can get a little crazy, but generally speaking this weekly video will be about the state of tanks, the perception of tanks, and any questions you guys might have. Tanks are very difficult to play in Blitz, and that may sound like, what do you mean, Soul? How can a tank be difficult to play? You just sit there hitting your abilities and cap flags. Well, no, not really. The difference between a good tank and a bad tank is astronomical. Whether or not you're a demon hunter who can properly make your jumps up graveyards, in between terrain differences and platforms inside bases, which like Twin Peaks and Warside Gulch, or you know how to properly keep yourself from getting capped on as a Prot Warrior in a Vengeance when a rogue hits your base at LH or Mines, or even DR and Hell Reaver. You got to be able to do that, and it takes time and practice to do that properly. Because if you're not a good rogue will cap on you regardless, but if you take the time to practice your tank and support your team, we're probably one of the best supports for an entire team, period. And that's the thing about tanks. I don't want people to hate tanks in PvP. I know in arenas it's kind of wishy-washy. You know, I made this post the other day in Reddit, and I got a lot of hate. For being harassed in my Twitch channel about playing tanks. Someone was telling me to kill myself, telling me to stop playing, give up, etc. And I just kept whisper me. And that can happen a lot as a tank. I told all these guys here agreeing with them that you should just stop playing. I would have AFK'd out too as well if I had you on my team. People are pretty toxic when it comes to playing tanks, and I guess it's kind of hurt me a lot, and it made it harder for me to push comments like that. But it also has motivated me to try harder and work harder to make it work. And that's the perception I want to make in this video, guys. Tanks are fine in Blitz. Arenas are a different story, but when it comes to Blitz and RBGs, they have a fantastic role as a support. But the problem is you need to view them as a support role. They're there to aid you, not tank your CR or your MR. But the biggest thing, use them. Use their abilities, use what they're good at. If you have a tank, use them to spin a flag with a healer so that you guys can all cap the other bases in an AB deep win. And that's the strategy for tanks in AB deep win, guys, is you send one tank to a flag with a healer and you guys just cap the rest. Let them waste your other team's time. Use the tank to the fullest. Ending with FC maps. FC maps are a little different, so it's hard to use a tank for there because not all tanks FC. The only tanks that really FC are Brewmaster, Vengeance, and Bear. The other tanks don't want to FC. They have other roles to fill. Your Blood DK has a role to kidnap and imprison the entire team. Mostly a Priest Healer. Sorry, Priest Healers out there. The Prot Warrior's job is to peel the FC and provide 40% to 50% DRs for your FC, keeping them off and also killing them. That's what's fun about Vengeance and Prot, is they're actually able to kill. They have the most damage out of all the tanks, and they can actually get kills just fine solo. Vengeance, you do roam. Vengeance does not spin flags, but you can. You can roam very easily in AB Deep Win, capturing nodes all by yourself with 4 to 5 second fears, 4-second prisons, easy caps, easy kills. You can easily get flags on your own, and spin solo for as long as you can if you have to. Bears are the same. The Bear's role is mostly just carrying a flag or sitting a base, because they can't get, a good bear will not get capped on. But they have that unique role that people just don't utilize. And it creates a lot of toxicity in matches. As soon as they show up, people get worried they're going to lose. They get worried that they have to waste their time. But understand, the other team also has a tank too, so you're in the same boat. It's an even match. Depending on which tank it is, obviously, and what healers you have. I think I had a match once where I was playing my Prot, and my Monk did not want to FC, which is unfortunate. Prot can FC just fine. But the other team had 3 DKs. Unholy Frost and Blood, and I could not move, man. No matter what I did, I could not get across the map, man. It was just death grip, death grip, death grip. It happens, and that's the chaos of Blitz, and that's what makes it so fun. I want more players to be comfortable playing tanks in Blitz. Just take your time to practice. Like, if you guys want to pick up Vengeance, I definitely recommend practicing Vengeance. Vengeance is not easy to play. Vengeance takes a lot of time to get good at your jumps. Because the thing about Vengeance for FC maps like Twin Peaks and Warsong Gulch is you need to be able to land your jumps at different elevations, like graveyard jumping and inside interior room jumping. In Twin Peaks, you can jump from the flag room to the second floor in Twin Peaks and Warsong Gulch easily. Takes a little bit of time to practice, but you can do it, and it's great fun. And that's your biggest, way to avoid damage. You don't actually attack anybody as Vengeance when you're carrying a flag. You take too much damage. In fact, Vengeance is the weakest tank when it comes to survivability. You have the least amount of survivability on Vengeance, period. So you really kind of just use your mobility as your survivability, kind of gathering souls, Foul Devastationing to heal, and Soul Barrier while you jump around and interrupt flags and cap flags. You use that mobility, kind of like an Outlaw Rogue, honestly. Yeah. It's fun. But very S tier if you want to pick up Vengeance. Prot, probably one of the easiest and versatile. But again, like I said, this first video is just about the state and viewership of tanks. I believe they all have roles. Play it right, get better at it, learn your strengths. Some tanks are not good at FCing. Some tanks are amazing at not getting capped on. But the biggest thing I would say is definitely not getting capped on. Because your biggest strength is you're going to get a lot of AB, a lot of deep wins, a lot of Ida Storms, and Battle Genesis. And God forbid, you have to sit. And if you have to sit, you have to sit. It's not the end of the world. Sometimes people will yell at you, sit, but make your team feel comfortable, just do it. But get good at it. You have to be able to solo sit against a rogue. That is so important. Every tank can solo sit against a rogue pretty easily, but you have to time your abilities perfectly. Prot is probably one of the hardest because you can break the sap, throw down on a Reaver on the floor, have an AoE. That way if he blinds you, he can't cap again. Then you can hold a trinket for the next stun. It goes from there. Vengeance, all about Immolation Aura. As long as you can pre-Immolation Aura before the cap, fine. Bear is the easiest. You prop Bark Skin and your Brambles come out. Brewmaster, amazing. Just simply rushing Jadewind, you're good. Prop Paladin speaks for itself. Get shields, bubbles to keep yourself going for a very long time until backup arrives. Blood DK, IBF, Ghoul if you need it, and you can break Fear and Saps. I'm missing a tank, aren't I? I think I am. Right. No, I don't think I am. But yeah, there's so much potential. A lot of support each one plays. Obviously, again, not every tank's good at supporting your team in team fights. Prot has the best, and so does Vengeance for AoE fears, silences, AoE stuns, and sitting as Prot Warrior, infinite DRs, infinite roots for your team. Every tank has that ability to do well. And I get it. I understand perfectly where you'll have a tank that doesn't play at that skill level, or he hasn't practiced enough, he hasn't pushed it to the right level, and it may look like he's doing nothing. And I totally get that. But I could speak for the same thing about 100,000 DPS I play with. As much as you may want to put the blame on a tank, don't do it. Because you know just as well, there are millions of DPS who are queuing Blitz who are a lot worse, and probably taking the blame just as much. So I'm guessing all the matches who don't have tanks, we just don't they don't care. No, dude, like, it's not the tank's fault. It's always going to be somebody's fault for a loss, but it's not just because of tanks there. And that's the perception I want to beat starting off with these videos. So every week we'll kind of be talking about it, answering questions in chat. So please, guys, drop some comments below the video, and I'll answer them in the next video. Like specific questions and specific guides will come out for each tank in Blitz. Obviously, I don't play Prot Paladin, Brew, or Blood DK. I know a lot about Blood DK because my friends play Blood DK, but Prot Paladin, Blue, and Brew, I don't touch at all. So I'll do my best to answer questions about those because I have seen them, so I do know their strategies and I do know what they can do to CC cap, and I do know what they're capable of. So yeah, drop some comments below. I'll be more than happy to answer them. And yeah, guys, get out there, have some fun, play tanks. We need more tanks in Blitz. It's a blast. It's a rush. Not bear. Bear's boring. Don't. I mean, play a bear if you want to play a bear. I just think bear's so boring. But yeah, guys, I'll see you next week. And I hope to see you guys on stream. Let's do it.